Hey everyone, so believe it or not, most men over 73 are dealing with some version of what I'm about to talk about today. And I don't mean that in a scary way. I mean it in a we're in this together way. Let me tell you why this hit home for me. My dad, his 73, he had a little fall last week, nothing too serious, but afterward he just stayed there. Crouched down on the floor for a full 3 minutes. My mom told me later that he wouldn't let her call an ambulance. His reason, he didn't want the whole neighborhood to know. And right then, it really clicked for me. By the time a man is past 73, so many changes have already been quietly happening. We just don't always pay attention. I've started noticing it more with my own dad. He seems to be slowly, quietly folding himself into a smaller world. The outside world is still loud, neighbors chatting, people dancing in the square, all that life. But more and more often, he's just sitting in his chair, flipping through TV channels, not really watching anything. And in my practice, I've spent years in geriatrics. I've seen this pattern over and over. After 70, the body is like a well-used machine. You maintain it, you take care of it, but it's going to show some wear. Some people will tell you, oh, I'm fine. But then you look at their labs, their physical exam, the little details they don't say out loud, and the story is written right there. So let me ask you, is there someone in your life who's been changing, talking less, moving slower, staying home more? They struggle with things that used to be easy, but they still say, it's nothing on the surface. Everything looks normal, but inside, they're slowly receding. The world outside is still loud, but they're growing quieter. I've seen this transformation so many times. A lot of people think aging is this sudden cliff you fall off, but it's not past your 70s. It's not a sudden collapse. It's a slow, steady deceleration. Some of these changes are just a normal part of life, but some of them they're gentle signals, little reminders that it's time to pay attention. At this stage of life, being healthy isn't about being the strongest person in the room. It's about being the one who sees these changes first and understands what to do about them. This is for educational purposes only, and as always, please talk to your own doctor before making any changes. All right, let's walk through 10 of these changes together. Number one, muscles start to quietly shrink. Strength just isn't what it used to be. It's not laziness. It's your body slowly dialing down the power. You used to carry a bag of groceries up 3 flights of stairs without thinking. Now, even opening the heavy refrigerator door feels like a chore. A lot of older men aren't trying to be weak. Their bodies are signaling that the battery is running low. So they start conserving energy, they stop doing things, and before you know it, I can't becomes a habit. This is real according to the China National Nutrition and Chronic Disease Status Report, and this aligns with global data. Muscle mass in men over 60 drops by about 1 to 2% each year. After 73, that decline speeds up. The less you move, the faster you lose it. So what's the move here? It's not about trying to look like you're 25 again. It's about slowing down the loss, even just stretching your arms before a meal or taking a slow walk after dinner is like giving your muscles a little recharge. You don't lose strength all at once. You lose it bit by being a little less active every day. Keep moving just a little and you'll keep more of that strength for longer. Number two, bones feel like old dry wood. Everything creaks. It's not being dramatic. It's your bones reminding you they've been around the block a few times. You used to run upstairs. Now, a few steps and your knees feel stiff, your hips ache, you stretch and you hear a pop. A lot of men don't say anything. They don't want to complain. They think this is just what being old feels like, so they ignore it. But over time, that little ache becomes a big problem. Bending down to pick up something from the floor becomes a major operation. Here's what the numbers show. After 70, bone density in men can drop by an average of about 20%, especially in the hip and spine. And no, it's not just a women's issue. Men get osteoporosis too, a fall, a fracture, and that can mean 6 months in rehab. So the answer isn't to be a tough guy and just grin and bear it. It's to protect your bones, get some sunlight, eat some tofu or edamame, cut back on the smoking and drinking, keep your joints warm. Your bones aren't steel beams. They need a little TLC. If you can keep that framework solid, that's one of the biggest gifts you can give your future self. Number three, the memory feels slower. The brain has to buffer. It's not that you're losing your mind. It's that your processor is just running a little slower. You used to remember phone numbers, names, all the details. Now you walk into a room and forget why. You meet someone and their name is just gone. A lot of men get scared by this, but the brain isn't generating new cells at the same rate. Think of it like an older computer. It takes a few seconds longer to boot up. Clinically, we call this mild cognitive impairment. For many, it's just a normal part of the aging process. The key here isn't to panic, it's to keep the brain engaged, read the newspaper, do a crossword puzzle, have a conversation about your grandkids. The brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the less it gets stuck. As long as you can still remember the people and the moments that matter, you're doing just fine. Number 4, sleep is lighter. A full night's rest is hard to come by. It's not that you have more on your mind, it's that your internal sleep clock has shifted. You used to pass out and wake up 8 hours later. Now, you toss and turn for an hour, wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and stare at the ceiling. It's a physiological change. Your body is more alert, more easily disturbed, and then you're exhausted all day, but still can't sleep at night. Research shows that in older men, deep sleep can decrease by more than 30%. Waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning becomes the new normal. Melatonin production drops. Your brain's clock just wants to start the day earlier. The answer isn't always a sleeping pill. It's about rhythm. Get sunlight during the day, move your body, keep dinner light, put the phone and the TV away before bed. You don't need 8 hours. If you can get 4 or 5 hours and wake up feeling rested, that's a win. A solid stretch of sleep is some of the best medicine out there. Number 5, appetite gets picky. Food doesn't taste the same. It's not a lack of hunger. It's that your digestive system is slowing down. You used to put away a big plate of food. Now, meat feels heavy. You eat a little bit and feel bloated. Even your favorite dishes don't taste as good. Many men aren't trying to undereat, but their stomach empties slower and they produce fewer digestive enzymes. So they eat less and less. And that leads to a vicious cycle. You eat less, you move less, you lose muscle, you have no energy, so you eat even less. Malnutrition is a real risk here. It's not just about eating less. It's about getting the nutrients you need. So don't force yourself to eat a huge meal. Focus on small, frequent, balanced meals, a bowl of congee, some vegetables, a little bit of protein. Eat slowly, chew well. You don't need to eat like you're 20, but if you can eat regularly and digest comfortably, that's a huge win. Being able to enjoy your food and get the nutrients you need is a cornerstone of health at any age. Number 6, mood swings. Either you're irritable or you're silent. It's not that you've become a difficult person. It's that your hormones are shifting. You used to be even keeled. Now, a small thing can set you off, or you go the other way, you clam up, you withdraw into yourself. It's a combination of changing brain chemistry and the frustration of a world that feels like it's moving too fast while you're slowing down. In men, testosterone levels can drop by about 17% per decade after a certain age. And when that happens, your mood can go with it. So what do? We don't just bottle it up. We find an outlet, talk to your partner, call an old friend, go for a walk, let the emotion out. Holding it in just makes it worse. A little venting, a little connection can do wonders. When your mood is stable, your relationships are stronger and your body is healthier. Number 7, the prostate starts acting up. You're up all night. It's not that you drank too much water before bed. It's your prostate reminding you it needs a little attention. You used to sleep through the night. Now you're up 2, 3, 4 times. You get back in bed and the urge is still there. Many men think it's just an old man problem. I'll deal with it. They're embarrassed. So they don't go to the doctor, but ignoring it can make it worse, leading to pain or difficulty urinating. This is incredibly common. For men over 70, it's estimated that 1 in 3 has some degree of prostate enlargement. So we don't just ignore it, we manage it. Cut back on fluids before bed. Don't hold it in. Move your body during the day. Go easy on spicy food. The sooner you address it, the better. If you can get through the night with just 1 or 2 trips to the bathroom, that's a huge improvement in quality of life. Number 8, the immune system is weaker. A cold lingers for weeks. It's not that you're suddenly fragile. It's that your body's defense system is a little more porous. You used to fight off a cold in a few days. Now, a sniffle can turn into a cough, then bronchitis, then a flare-up of a chronic condition. It's a simple fact. As we age, our T cells, the foot soldiers of our immune system, don't work as well. Our body's ability to recognize and fight off new threats slows down. So what's the answer? We don't hide in a bubble. We strengthen our defenses from the inside out, eat regular, nutritious meals, Get some protein, fruits, and vegetables. Get enough sleep, manage your stress. You don't need a superhuman immune system, you just need one that can handle the common stuff. Number 9, you stop moving, you become a homebody. It's not that you've become lazy, it's that your body is trying to conserve energy. You used to be happy to go for a long walk. Now, just getting to the mailbox feels like a chore, so you say, forget it, and you stay put. It's a cycle. You stop moving, your muscles get weaker, your heart and lungs get weaker, so you feel even less like moving. Research shows that once activity levels drop, that decline accelerates, so don't force yourself to run a marathon. Just move a little bit every single day, walk to the end of the block and back. Stretch in the morning, sit outside in the sun for 10 minutes. You don't age all at once. You age by stopping little by little. As long as you're still in motion, you're slowing down the clock. Number 10, you talk less. The silences get longer. It's not that you have nothing to say. It's that you don't always feel like saying it. When you were younger, you wanted to be heard, to be right, to explain things. At 73, you find that a lot of words just don't seem worth the effort. A lot of older men find their circle getting smaller, fewer people to talk to. Add in some hearing loss, a slower processing speed, and sometimes you have to ask someone to repeat themselves 2 or 3 times. Eventually, it's easier to just nod and stay quiet. But here's what we know. Social isolation accelerates cognitive decline. It deepens depression. So the single most important thing might not be another supplement. It's having someone to talk to. It could be your partner. It could be a neighbor. It could be figuring out how to send a voice message to your grandkids. The moment you start expressing yourself, your world opens back up. It's not just about the words. It's about staying connected. So look, if you or someone you love is dealing with 3 to 5 or even all 10 of these changes, it's normal. It's not a sign of failure. The goal isn't to have no changes at all. The goal is to move with the changes, to work with your body, not against it. What separates the men who seem to glide through their 70s with ease from those who struggle isn't luck. It's a combination of mindset and small, consistent habits. If your muscles are fading, move a little stretch for 10 minutes before a meal. Go for that slow walk after dinner. You're not training for a bodybuilding competition. You're training to keep your balance, to stay on your feet, to avoid a fall. If your bones are aching, don't just swallow a calcium pill. Get morning sun, eat some plant-based protein, cut back on the cigarettes and alcohol. A little movement can keep your bones from getting too brittle. If you can't sleep, don't reach for the sleeping pills first. Get more light during the day, get some activity, make your body naturally tired, keep dinner light, put the screens away. Studies show that regular light exposure during the day helps your brain naturally produce melatonin when it's time to rest. If your memory feels foggy, don't panic. Challenge your brain, read a book, play a game, have a conversation. It's light fitness for your mind. Research shows that people who stay socially engaged and intellectually curious have a much slower rate of cognitive decline. If your mood is low, don't let it fester. Write in a journal, take a walk, call a friend, let it out. There's a reason we say a healthy mind leads to a healthy body. Lowering your stress can lower inflammation, which is good for your heart and your brain. A stable mood is one of the most powerful, underrated medicines you can take. And when it comes to your immune system, the key is nutrition and balance. Get enough protein, eat a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. Don't starve yourself. You need fuel to keep your body's repair systems working. To be in your 70s and still learning, still adapting, that's not weakness, that's courage. Every gray hair is a testament to time, and you know what? Every old machine makes some noise. The important thing is that the engine is still running, the gears are still turning. What's truly concerning is when your body is sending signals and you just pretend not to hear them. Some people say, well, this is just what happens when you get old. And sure, some of it is, but some of it is preventable. Ignoring your blood pressure, your blood sugar, that's not being calm about aging. That's giving up. True peace of mind comes from living with awareness and care, not from surrender. A man at 73 doesn't need to prove he can run a marathon or eat a whole steak. The victory is in being able to laugh with ease, to see things clearly, to know what matters and let go of what doesn't. Research shows that older men with strong social connections, hobbies they care about, and the ability to care for themselves can live 3 to 5 years longer. And those aren't just extra years. Those are good years. The second half of life isn't about physical power. It's about mental resilience. The world is speeding up, but you don't have to. You get to set your own pace. I was watching my dad the other day. He was out on the balcony repotting his plant, a clivia, a kind of kaffir lily. He was crouched there, slowly, carefully working the roots. He wasn't in a hurry, but he was steady. The sunlight was hitting his back, catching his white hair. He didn't say anything to me. I didn't go out to bother him. He's been caring for that plant for 3 years. It bloomed this year, a little cluster of orange-red flowers. I didn't see it myself, but I know he was in a great mood for a few days. The flowers are gone now, but there he was, still tending to it. He got some soil from the garden mixed in a little bit of cinder for drainage. It needs to breathe, he'd say. Through the window, I could hear him humming something. I couldn't make out the tune, but it was there. A steady, quiet hum, and I just thought, this is okay. Has on the balcony. I'm inside. The sun is on both of us. That little plant will bloom again next year. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for being here. I hope this resonated with you. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button so we can take this journey together. Let's grow together, find some happiness, and yes, grow older together. Wishing you peace, wishing you health. I'll see you in the next one. If you're dealing with any health concerns, please schedule a visit with your primary care doctor. I'm here to help you understand the science, not replace professional medical advice.